Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about Manor Solomon at the moment. Will he be joining Leeds United in the Premier League, or are other teams looking at him? Would you guys sign him? Let me know. Without further ado, let's get into the Leeds United transfer news. All right, guys, what's going on? My name is Ollie Ward. Welcome back to the Ollie Ward channel. Hope you've all had a fantastic Monday, a great start to your week, and you're ready for the latest Leeds United transfer news and, more importantly, rumours. Before we do get into this, be sure to let's go for 300 likes. Yesterday, we smashed over 500 likes. I couldn't believe it. The support, all the comments, everyone just saying thank you and well done on hitting 20,000 subscribers. Thank you. You guys are brilliant. I love you all. Get your comments in down below. This time, what do I want you to tell me? Again, just tell me where you're watching from. I love knowing where you're watching all over the globe. I'm getting people from Australia, America, Leeds, Suffolk, wherever you're watching it from. Let me know in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into the transfer news. Also, subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 30k now, people. Let's go 25k first. But either way, let's start off with the elephant in the room, and that's Manor Solomon to Marseille, or the latest what's going on with Manor Solomon. Will he be joining Leeds United again? Obviously, he is a cult hero now of Leeds United. That goal to clinch the title, to send Leeds United back to the Premier League. Well, it's not all plain sailing, because it looks like, well, reports earlier suggested that Marseille had the green light. Solomon had said, yes, I like what's going on at Marseille. Spurs want around 20 million euros, which is around 17 million pounds. This is what we know so far at the time. That's what Spurs wanted. They're looking to sell. De Zerbi out in Marseille, out in France, says, listen, I like Manor Solomon. He's done great. Green light, all good. Manor Solomon, he still hasn't had options from Leeds United yet. So he's kind of saying, yeah, listen, there's a good opportunity out there for me. Cool. But then it's been kind of sort of shut down by Belgium sort of source, Sasha Telavoiri, I believe his name is. He's a Belgium source. He's got a lot of Leeds United things right in the past, a reliable journalist, over 100,000 followers on social media. And apparently Marseille sort of disregarding the interest for Solomon. So apparently, I don't know how much of that is true, because they're Sky Sports claims, sorry, not Spygate. That was Bielsa times. We're talking Sky Sports news, sorry, that Solomon were after, or Marseille, sorry, were after Solomon. And now it looks like they're denying the interest at all. And Leeds United still haven't put a bid on the table yet for Manor Solomon. Obviously, Spurs and Leeds do have a sort of good relationship with the likes of Solomon, the Jed Spence, the Archie Grays over the period of time. So maybe we could get a deal a bit cheaper out of Spurs. But it looks like, Solomon is having a waiting game. He knows, he loved the club. Would you guys sign Manor Solomon, or does it depend, would you spend 17 million or 16.9? I think it equivalates to, would you spend that much on Manor Solomon? Do you believe that we need to go after him, or do you think there's better options for the amount of money? For me, what Manor Solomon's done for the club, I think he needs to be rewarded. I mean, I like him. I know I'm not sentimental FC, but I really do like Manor Solomon. I think he would cut it in the Premier League, but I know a lot of fans disagree with me. I know a lot of fans like him, but they don't want to pay too much for him. So let me know. So it was kind of a thing where Solomon was going to join Marseille. Now it looks like it is, well, not going to join Marseille. Obviously, it's early stages of Marseille. The club's talking, agents talking, all that. Now it looks like that's not happening. Leeds United needs to put a bid in. Will Leeds United put a bid in? Hopefully they do soon, but who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Would you like Solomon, or do you believe we can get better? Next up, we're talking PSR. And how much Leeds need to spend, and they need to sell before they can spend, and things like that. And it's about selling valuable assets. And a lot of people and a lot of fans are speaking about the sale of Willy Gnonto. He's probably our most valuable asset. Still a young player, still a very, very good player. I think we forget how young Willy Gnonto is. I think he's only 21, and he's already broke into the first teams. He's already played a lot of football for his age. And looking at him, he's probably our most valuable asset. And it looks like if you did sell Nonto, you'd have to replace him, because our wingers, I just don't know who's worth more in the squad than Willy Gnonto right now. I can't think of one. If you know one, let me know in the comments down below. But people are already deciding, replacements if Willy Gnonto did go. I think the wing area for Leeds is one of our most confident. If we did have Manor Solomon, you've got Dan James, Gnonto, Solomon, Ramazani. That's what we had last year. Very good backup, very good wingers. So I wasn't too worried about that. But, PSR rules, spending rules always comes in. And Willy Gnonto looks like if anyone was going to go, it'd have to be him to make up the funds. I don't really know how all the money situation works. I'm a fan, not an accountant. I don't know how it works. But a lot of the replacements, a lot of talk around Omari Hutchinson at Ipswich Town. Had an all right season in the Premier League, his first debut season. His stats weren't brilliant, but easily one of the better players for Ipswich Town, and now they'll be in the Championship. Will Omari Hutchinson stay there? He's a Chelsea, academy graduate, similarly went to Arsenal as well. Very good player, plays similarly to sort of a Nonto, can play on the right, play on the 10, very, very good player. But apparently he's got a release clause around 30 to 35 million. For me, that's a bit too much to be spending on Omari Hutchinson when, listen, he had an all right season in the Premier League, but he wasn't out of this world for me. I think he dipped in and out of form. He had some injuries as well. But if you are replacing Willy Gnonto, you need to replace him with a like to like. And again, Omari Hutchinson's one of the names that's been sort of chucked around the last week or two. And also James McAtee. And that's who we spoke about yesterday, the Manchester City graduate. That sort of has picked up a lot of sort of rumours, news. A lot of sources are picking this up now that Leeds United, the fresh links back in for James McAtee. And I was reading all your comments. A lot of you would like him, but a lot of you just thought it was quite unrealistic for the money and the clubs involved. Obviously, Forest, West Ham, Palace, Bayer Leverkusen, all want the young Englishman to play in their team. And I think the Leeds United, the only thing they can do is sort of guarantee him some game time in the number 10 or kind of on the wing he can play off. Only Phil Foden and Erling Haaland have scored more goals than him in that Manchester City side, and he's had a lack of game time, really, James McAtee. But a lot of people are jumping onto it. There's fresh links there, and I think this rumour will just keep going into the summer. Farke liked him back in the summer, last summer. Will he like him this summer? And can we get him across the line? I just think he's probably too out of our reach, really, right now, especially with PSR, with spending. Do you do the majority of the budget? I saw a comment yesterday that said, Ollie, actually, what you want about? We don't need to sell. No, we don't need to buy big in the front sort of scenarios. We need to actually buy some big defenders, and defending keeps you in this division, which is fair enough. Get your comments in. Would you guys like to see more money in the defense or more money in the attack? Do goals keep you up, or do a solid defence keep you up? I think it's got to be a bit of both. But either way, James McAtee news is hotting up, and Leeds United do like the look of him. Next up, I read today that, sort of the three main players that are out of contract come the summer will be Sam Byram, Junior Firpo, and Josuha Guilavogui. And it looks like Guilavogui will not be given another year at Leeds United. Obviously, he's an absolute cult figure behind the scenes with Leeds United. They all love him. They all want him to sign another year. But I think basing off football ability, I don't believe Leeds United will be doing that. If he could come in, as a trainer, I think they would love that. But reading sort of sources that are going around, it looks like he won't be offered a new contract. Firpo one is still completely up in the air. Similar with Sam Byram. And last but not least, we want to talk about Patrick Bamford. He spoke to, I believe it was like CBS Sport out in America about Leeds United being back in the Premier League. And he was talking about how excited he is to sort of kick ball back in the Premier League. He thinks his style of play suits the Premier League more than it does the Championship. And it looks like Bamford might be staying. Obviously, it's not completely up to him if money comes in for him. I know he's on a lot of money. He's one of the highest earners at Leeds United. But it looks like, from what he was talking about in his interview, he looks like Bamford is pretty much confirming that he wants to stay and he's going to stay. And that's what he wants to do. Would you guys like to see that? I personally wouldn't. Nothing on Bamford. I just think we need better to improve as a club. I really do. Obviously, Wrexham comes sniffing around, and a lot of these high League One, low-end Championship clubs like the look of Patrick Bamford. I think a Wrexham suits him perfectly. I just don't think we can do another stint with Bamford in the Premier League. I know he got 18 goals in that one season, but that's not the same Bamford anymore. But he was talking in that interview like he's going to be a key part, like he can't wait to play football in the Premier League. So we'll have to see how that one goes, ladies and gentlemen. But looking at the news, not too much to go to today. There's a bit of Solomon confusion with Marseille and Leeds. Who will he be joining? Do you guys want to see him back in a Leeds United shirt? PSR selling valuable assets like Willy Gnonto. Would you like to see him go? I personally believe he should be, starting or near the starting 11 come the Premier League. I think Nonto's game suits a lot more Premier League style than it does Championship. Omari Hutchinson rumours. Would you like to see him? Bit expensive for me. James McAtee rumours hotting up. Guilavogui probably not to be offered a new contract. Similar maybe with Sam Byram. Junior Firpo still up in the air, and Bamford to stay another season in the Premier League. Guys, let me know your thoughts all in the comments down below. Thank you for all your constant support. I'll keep here with the transfer news, with all the videos, with the YouTube shorts, with all that good stuff. Get your comments in, smash a like, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheery. Oh.